find out if anybody here travels. Does anybody travel around here? Wow. Did you know that 10% of the world's population travels? So it's just a small population. So obviously we've got a lot more than the 10% here. And has anybody here ever taken an excursion trip while they're traveling, like to see the country that they're visiting? So if I may, I'd like to take you along a little journey. So I'm traveling in Costa Rica, in the rainforest in Costa Rica, and it's a beautiful day, and I'm driving an ATV truck. And I'm going up an embankment with a full line of people behind me. I'm about the second one in line at the beginning. And we get just to the top of the embankment. And all of a sudden, I didn't realize, but there was a hole in the road. And my tire goes into the hole, and I go over the cliff. So as I'm flying over the cliff and then landing flat on my back, about 5 feet down, I hit the ground and miss a pile of rocks. And here I am laying there, and all of a sudden I'm hearing everyone in the background screaming and horns are honking, but I don't really hear that because there's a voice that's screaming in my head. And this voice is saying, "Jump up! Get up!" Within seconds, I jumped to my feet. What ended up happening was the ATV went rolling down the cliff. And that jumping up that told me in my head stopped me from rolling down because that truck just went into pieces. And then I turn around and I have a few scrapes and a couple of bruises. And I'm wearing a helmet, a t-shirt, and shorts. And I have nothing. But I keep on going. So an hour later, because nobody believes me, I was actually ziplining. Yeah, that's me. But, so we went back to the resort, and of course I was the talk. You know, Glenda almost killed herself. And she went ziplining afterwards, right? Nobody believed that part. But I had this huge revelation that took over me. I'm sitting there and I'm going over the events because I guess I didn't really realize what had happened to me. I guess it really wasn't my time. But it was like, oh my God, what I realized was this was my life. I had constantly been going over cliffs, falling down, jumping up, and I keep on going. So it's amazing how things happen in your life that teach you new things. We all go through things in our life, and we all go through things, especially if we're deceived. Has anybody ever been deceived in their life? To the point where you just think that life is over and they get the best of you. And how do you keep going? So, tell you about the first time. You know, first time I ever fell in love, it really wasn't with the man. I hate to say it, it was actually with the money. You step into a relationship because you think, money can do it all. Money will buy my love. Then one day you get up and you realize you just can't do it anymore. You can't live that lie. It's just not right for you anymore. So how long do you sit till you get up and then you realize you've got to move on? Even though I had 2 babies that were depending on me, 2 babies that needed me, but I felt that there was something in me that I couldn't keep lying to my children. So it was time to move on. Anybody have fallen in love twice in their life? Am I the only one? Hello? Come on, let's be real. I heard your story. You think you found the one that just does it for you, the one that you can just visualize the rest of your life with, the one that looks at you and he adores you. He looks into your eyes and tells you how wonderful you are, how beautiful you are, how much he loves your children. Then one day, fate would have it that when you see something that smells like a duck, looks like a duck, and walks like a duck, what do you think it is? Hello, thank you. Hello, it's a duck. Seek, and ye shall find. Not pray that the door shall open. So when I went seeking, what did I find? 14 years of lies. The pain, the agony was so unbelievable. But I had a decision to make. I had to play chess, not checkers. I had to keep my mouth closed so my brain could activate a plan. And I went searching. I went digging. And then I started buying all the type of equipment that I could get. I was the best CIA agent in New York, Mexico, Miami, or whatever. I was there. And I encumbered a lot. I documented everything. I photocopied emails, pictures, and I took everything and bowed it together. And I made sure that it was my life that was going to be moved forward, and I was going to be moved forward with strength and with admiration, that knowing that nobody was going to be doing something that was going to harm me or my children. I moved forward with moving forward with knowing what I was doing. So I turned around and I decided that it was a time that I was going to be playing a movie. This was my movie. And I was the actress. But the funniest thing is the other leading man didn't even know that there was a movie going on. So 8 months, 8 months I went in, and with details, I wrote and took pictures and downloaded and did everything. Because, repeat after me, the best revenge is success. After all of this, at 55, I had to start life all over again. I had to open businesses. I had to learn about myself. I had to empower my children, to teach them that you don't sit down and feel sorry for yourself. You stand up, you take control of your life, and you can take control of who you are. Knowing that you did the proper things in life, and knowing you weren't there to be hurting anybody. And when you take control of things, and you learn not to just take action, but you take directive action, you make sure you plan, and you make sure that everything you do, that you look after those that are around you. Now I teach others to take control of their lives. I teach them to be strong, to be planning, to form strong relationships around them. Because the best thing that we can have are people around us that care about us, that honor us, so we can honor them as well. And that's what I do now. It's all up to creating the strength and the power that we all have inside of us. There's just one thing that we all need to remember to do. It's very important that we have to listen to that inner voice inside, because that's what I neglected to do during this time. Thank you very much. My name is Glenda Kroll, and I honor you.